Hi Gerald, this is vlog number 7. I'm a day late, I apologize. I just got back to Naga from Manila. I just got down from the bus and I'm still cold as hell, so I'm wearing my jacket. I might take it off at the middle of this video. That's something you have to watch out for. But really, seriously, vlog number 7 is a book review. I have been able to finish a book, and the book is entitled I Can't Make This Up, and it's written by Kevin Hart. And there's so much to say about this book, and I'll not pretend that I can summarize all the points that are in the book, but I'll try to tell you things that have stuck with me since the reading of such book. And without further ado, here they are. The first thing that I can say about the book is that it depicted drug addiction very accurately. And I can say this because I was able to live with a drug addict once, and it was depicted so accurately that it's insane. It felt like he was talking to me in a way that he knew my situation. When you live with these kinds of people, they're the persons that you will have a hard time giving second chances to, because the more you give them second chances, the more they feel that they are entitled to break it. The more they feel that the chance you give is another chance to be broken. And so the abuse of substance is something that they use to justify the horrible situation that they are already in. And I think that's one of the good points of the book. I'm struggling not to give away the details, but I'm struggling to give you a summary of the points that stuck with me in a way that I'm not giving out the details. So I leave it at that. The book did a very good job of depicting or describing a scenario where you're living with someone who is abusing substances. So that's one. Number 2, things that you have acquired could be taken away from you in an instant. There was a part of the book where his dad, the one who's doing the substance abuse, took a dog to their house. And in a matter of 15 minutes, Kevin Hart was attached to the dog because the dog was so cool. It was fully grown, and his dad told him that he had bought it from a dog store or pet store somewhere. And then in a matter of 15 minutes, some unknown people dropped by their house saying that that is our dog. You stole it. Pointing to the father. You stole it from us. And then the father said, I didn't it was a black tone, so I didn't steal no dog from you, dog. that dog is mine. Brought it from a friend. He even gave me a discount, right? And then the people who were at the doorstep called the dog by the name, and the dog ran, jolly ran, ran happily. That's what I'm trying to say. Ran happily towards the door, and then that was it. The dog was gone in his life forever. And that was a constant reminder that things that come into your life could be taken away from you at an instant. What else could I talk about? In order to be successful, there's a road that you can take where you go at it alone. That's fine if you want that. But this has been a recurring theme in all the things that I've been reading and all the things that I've been watching. So all the books I'm reading, all the series that I've been watching always say that you have to bring other people with you if you want to be successful. And this is a theme that also springs up in the book of Kevin Hart, where he tried it once to make it on his own, but it was during when he let people in and really made a team out of these strangers that everything started clicking. So I think that's one thing that I personally want to remember. And what else? Sneakers. Kevin Hart, the comedian, was working at a sneaker store. That's way before he was able to realize his comedic career. And one of the things that he did during the first day of the job was to bullshit people into buying shoes. And what I mean by that is he was given pamphlets, he was given flyers to study so that he could tell customers things about their shoes. And he didn't study it because he did not want to read. That's the whole reason why he had problems in school in the first place. So during the first day, when customers were asking things about the shoes, he was like making stuff up, but in a tone that's very, very confident. And that's awesome because what ended up happening was these people bought the shoes and were happy with the shoes, even though they weren't given facts about the shoes, even though the shoes that they bought weren't for the purpose that they bought it. It just so happened that Kevin Hart told them the facts in a tone that's very confident. Customers ended up buying it and they were happy with it. And that's called, well, you have a lot of names for this, but one of the names that I associate with this kind of phenomenon is placebo. It's the same thing when you're in the hospital. If the nurses are shit, you will end up quadrupling your disease, whatever that is. Because if you feel that you're unwanted in the hospital, if you feel that you're unwanted for your sickness, if you feel that you're a patient and then the nurses aren't taking good care of you, it's another experience. Yeah. That's something else. That's something else. And I just want, and that thing sticks with me because I am also working at a job where I need to be at the very least confident with what I am trying to say, with what is it I'm trying to do. And sometimes it's hard because the more you learn about the stuff that you know, the more you understand that you know so little. And you can't just tell people that, okay, I know so little. Because they would just go ahead and say, then why are you doing this job? But that's exactly the point. I want to be able, so I'm now processing it in a way that's related to my life. I want to be able to let people understand that we could collect so much knowledge in this lifetime, but it will never be enough. This is the whole reason why we have specializations in the first place, because the domain of knowledge is just so huge for us to understand all of it. So in this lifetime, in the lifetime that we are given, we can only pick points where we can be experts at, and most commonly those points are so little when you really understand the scheme of all this knowledge that is before us. And some people understand that, some people don't. Some people will understand that eventually, some people will never understand that eventually. That's why we're a little bit messed up. This whole human race, it's a little bit messed up. Alright, what else? The love of a mother. Kevin Hart grew up in the ghettos, and so his mother, what she did is to provide Kevin Hart with a strict schedule, swimming, studying, etc. Those good child shit. Her mother was able to assert her strictness so that Kevin Hart follows the schedule, and it ended up doing him good. Now the same grind that her mother let him practice is now serving him well in his grind in the Hollywood scene. And this is something to do with just connecting the dots. You have a lot of experiences before, you will have a lot of experiences now, and it's time for you to be able to process what happened in a way that would benefit your narrative. It's yours to make. The narrative is yours to make, and you can either cry about what happened to you or laugh about what happened to you. And Kevin Hart decided to laugh. He's certainly one of my most favorite people of 2018. I could tell you more, but as I said, I can't pretend to be able to summarize this because the book is jam-packed with all these life lessons. So that's it for vlog number 7, Gerald. Let's keep on learning, and I'll see you next week.